guys been waiting on this thing for how long?
A couple weeks now.
This week, aboard our Nordhavn 55, we're cruising the Exumas and heading back south towards Staniel Cay for one very important mission.
You know, I just want my toy.
Rescuing Dave's broken eFoil from its 3-week warranty saga. Getting replacement parts in the Bahamas is never simple, but a freight flight through Maker's Air may finally get him back on his board. Once the new motor arrives, Dave puts it straight to the test and rides from Sampson Cay to Big Majors. And then it's my turn to climb aboard and try standing for the first time. We're also provisioning for the long trip back north towards Florida, which means facing the jaw-dropping cost of groceries in the Bahamian island. And because this is boat life, we finish the day with freshly made grilled lobster mac and cheese. So welcome aboard. If we haven't met before, I'm Jen, and this is Dave, a Colorado couple trading snow boots for scuba fins aboard our Nordhavn 55 Explorado. Thanks for being here.
So right now, we're heading back south. We left Staniel Cay, I don't know, about 5 or 6 days ago, heading north, but now we're heading back down there. My eFoil, my Waydoo eFoil broke. The motor just seized up, wouldn't work, wouldn't run. It's a brand new eFoil, and those things are not cheap. So worked with Waydoo. I'll give them a C minus on customer service. They're Chinese based, so everything is like 2 to 3 days to get a response. And it was, you know, I just want my toy. I'm down here in the Bahamas, I want to play with it, and I can't. So I sent them videos, they email back, try this. I try that, send them videos, they email back. So we did this for about 3 weeks. And I finally said, look, I'm not an idiot, I know what I'm doing here. It's not corroded, it doesn't have any salt water in it. I've already tested it with the ohm meter. It's got power to it. The apps are good, the software is updated. And so finally they came to the conclusion that they're going to replace it. So they are. They're going to replace the motor part. That's great. But I'm out here in the Bahamas. It's not the easiest to get parts into the Bahamas. It's easy to have other people mule them in their luggage or on boats, but to have it delivered here in the Bahamas is painful. They like to collect their VAT, they like to collect their taxes, and it's just not easy. In fact, I still have a part sitting in customs in Nassau that came in 4 months ago, and they're not going to release it ever because it was addressed to the wrong name. So to get parts down here is not easy. But if you're in Staniel Cay has Maker's Air. Maker's Air, pretty much everything in the Staniel Cay is owned and operated by a former company that made water makers. So they own the Staniel Cay Yacht Club and the villages and the villas, and Maker's Air, which runs a small single-engine turboprop from Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport to a bunch of little islands out here in Staniel Cay. They also have a freight service, so you can have your Amazon or freight or anything delivered to their hangar in Fort Lauderdale. They have an immigrations agent, broker, that will clear it if you give them the C-484 form and your cruising permit and passport and name of all your children and their birth rights, and then they will clear it there in Fort Lauderdale and put it on the next flight, and you can pick it up in Staniel Cay. Believe it or not, it's not that expensive. So we're going to pick that up in Staniel Cay. I'll be happy. I can go foiling again, but getting parts down here is really tough. So once we get that, then we will start heading north again, and then we'll look for a nice weather window to hop across to Florida. I need to get down to Florida because I have more parts waiting for me down there. Get that, and then boogie on up the Gulf Stream. So this summer we've got some other obligations, work and family, and we're gonna park it for a couple of months. The plan is to get over to Florida and then get up to Chesapeake area, and that's why we're cruising around. That's our schedule for the next couple of months. Sometimes it's hectic, but not really. We just have to figure out where we're going.
Dave?
Yes?
Are you so excited to get the part for your eFoil?
I'm so excited.
How excited?
So excited.
His part came in from Maker's Air, so we're headed we're at Staniel Cay again, but only here for a part. So I don't know how long we'll stay, but we're on our way to go get it.
Yay.
But first, we have to get the dinghy down. It's always fun to watch boats dock, especially when there's like a 5-knot current. Alright. Off to the package store we go. Is it going to be a big?
I got my motor.
He's
I got my
got
motor
his
for
part.
my Waydoo.
Yay! He's so flippin' excited.
When we get back,
You are?
I'm gonna put it together.
And you're gonna eFoil? Of course he is. Because he's been waiting on this thing for how long?
A couple weeks now.
It's been a while.
The old one broke.
I know.
Under warranty,
Which
they
is,
replaced
yep,
it.
they
did.
did.
The right
They
thing,
did.
but
They did the right thing, so.
It just took a little while.
Yeah.
Got the part. I'm gonna see if this sucker works. I'm gonna go for a little ride.
Yay!
We got the battery at like 60%, so
Okay. Don't go too far,
no.
just in case you get lost.
I'm gonna get lost.
I'm making lobster mac and cheese while Princess here is playing on his toy.
Guess who's happy?
Woo! Look
I'm
at Dave.
happy.
Yay! Dave's happy. It's all that matters sometimes, right? Just one happy person on board can make everybody happy on board. Off he goes. Alright, talk about improvising. I don't have elbow macaroni or cavatappi, but I do have these curly little things, so that's what I'm using for my lobster mac and cheese. That's all I have. And I have 4 cups of Gruyere and 2 cups of cheddar and my homemade breadcrumbs, which actually look more like croutons, but that's okay. I'll shred them up, and when I toast them, they'll look more like crumbs. How was it?
Well, like riding a bike.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't fall off at all.
I just saw you fall out
That
there.
was the end. I was done. I was like, yeah, okay. Let me plop it down here. I wanted to try going on my knees. I don't do the knees very much.
You miss it?
Not anymore, I don't. I wanted to get it below 30% battery because the latest firmware update, there was a lot of complaints that when it gets to 30% battery, it goes into limp mode, which is just basically that get home mode. So you
Oh.
sort of have to just,
Yeah.
can't even stand on it or anything.
Oh.
But I got it down to 24 and it's still zipping around, so that's good.
Dave is grilling the lobster, and I'm finishing off the mac and cheese part, but I gotta show you how I do it.
Yeah, we caught with our bare hands.
We did.
We caught the lobster. Those hands.
And a spear.
That's weird.
And a spear. But it's gonna be delicious. I'm so excited. Here is, I made a roux with milk, butter, and flour. Mixed it in with the cheese and the noodles. And I'm going to top with my homemade breadcrumbs and butter. So easy peasy. Nice and cheesy, like literally cheesy. Alright, that looks fantastic. I'm gonna pop that in the oven and crisp it up while we wait on the lobster to finish. And I will show you our finished product.
Grill's get nice and hot.
Ooh. It's delicious.
Big lobster.
Yeah. Because I caught it with my bare hands.
I thought I caught it with my bare hands. I don't like this one. What you doing, Jen?
Cleaning the mac and cheese. Lobster mac and cheese. How much mac do you want?
I want all the mac.
Like that?
That's good. That's good. Well, it's way too
That's too much?
Yeah. And then the lobster on top. Mmm.
How much?
That's good. Thank you.
Doesn't get better than this, you guys. That's tiring. That hurt a little bit.
Jen is now mastered standing on the eFoil. We just need to get her up on foil above the water. So not exactly the best day, but a pretty good day. A little bumpy, a little rolly. I think she's getting it.
That was so much fun. I loved it. That's the first time I've stood up. Yay! But we're in an area where there's a pretty swift current, and the current just changed, so the current is coming in. So it was a little hard to get used to the drag, I guess you'd call it. But now Dave is a super cool coach because he's yelling at me and telling me what to do. Not yelling at me. He's yelling to me. But he's out there riding around. It was a lot of fun. I love it. Now he's gonna have to buy another one. This Katie Krogan behind us was cheering me on too. That was always fun. We have like little cheerleaders. Here comes the pro.
Hey, babe. What are you doing?
It's that time to restock our fridge. We are near Sampson Cay, so we got to go into Staniel and stock up. We heard from a lady at the yacht club last night that the boat just came in, so it's full. So we don't know if we're going to be leaving here soon, probably in the next couple of days. We don't think we're going to have the opportunity to stop in a grocery store till we get back to the States, so it could be a month. So I have to get as many fruits and veggies as I can that won't go bad, which is it's kind of tough. But we'll see what they have. Got my bags, ready to go.
All right, come on, princess. We gotta go grocery shopping.
Take my water. Take the bags. Let's go. Sanitation Dave is on it. All right, let's go get some groceries. They got us trekking through the back way to dispose of our trash. My goodness. Talk about off the beaten path.
Oh, the trash?
Yeah. We gotta go back this way. I love the bright colors on these buildings. So Caribbean. We scored this haul. We're good for a month.
Scoring here is fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, fresh stuff. They have other things too, but
Yeah. Oh, they've got some staples in there though.
I got some tortillas. Yeah.
You know, whatever. They've got it.
Got it.
But this will be our last grocery shopping
Yep.
for a month till we're back in the States. We're gonna start eating everything on our boat.
This is our score from the grocery store. Any guesses on how much that might have cost us? Hang on to your shorts. $295. Yep, you heard it right. That's the cost of fresh produce in the Bahamas, which I'm fine with. Pay what you pay, right? They have to get it in here, but yeah, that's what, almost $300. And that's gotta last us, as you know, for a while, so. Thanks for being here with us. If you enjoyed this video, liking and subscribing really helps our channel grow. We hope to see you on the next adventure.